Here is a treat for everybody. I'm here with Dona Teresa. Now, the women of San Juan de Oriente are responsible for maintaining the pottery tradition back to the pre-Columbian times. Men did not make pottery for many centuries. We're going to see the work of Don Gregorio, and we'll see how they have recaptured the ancient decorative style. But for centuries, women made pots like we're seeing here. This is a big one. This isn't a typical style, where the clay gets rolled up in coils and brought together, and is essentially a coiled or handmade pot. Well, we've seen work on wheels here. We've seen people decorating very finely the pieces. Now we're getting an opportunity to see a traditional element of coiling pots. Now, a pot like this could be used for holding water or different drinks or fermenting. There's a number of different cooking utensils. Now, in Nicaragua, these types of vessels were utilized for centuries, even up until, say, like the 70s, 1970s, maybe 1980s in the rural areas. Here they're still utilized in a traditional way for ceremonies or whatever. Most of what's happening now is these works are being made for decorations. These pieces aren't finely decorated with paintings, although we do a little bit of that, but this is more of a traditional vessel made for decorative purposes now. But really what it is a cultural way of making pottery that you don't get to see very often, especially at this level of size and craftsmanship. I think I'm going to take a break right here on this, and maybe we will approach it again in a minute when Dona Teresa is going to bring another roll of clay on top of this. Let's get close up on this here. Again, you can see the size of this. Turning it around, bringing the clay up, pinching it at the top. And this is going around. Now, this is just years and years of experience of building this, and especially this size. Maintaining the consistency, bringing the clay out, moving it around, pinching it up, and when it gets to the point where it's ready, another roll will go on top of this. But you're seeing a cultural art form again that's rare to San Juan de Oriente, and special to see this and understand that this is a technique and a craft that goes back to the ancient civilizations of Central America. Here Dona Teresa has another roll of clay here, pinching it out, and this is what's called a coil, or they'll call it a churro here, which is just a long roll of clay. And now we're going to see how it gets applied and built up on top of this piece. And as this is coming together, and as you see her pinching it into this vessel, and you see the size of this vessel, we can start to get an idea of the time that it takes to build up a olla like this. Knowing that every roll comes in like that, and to build it up to this size must have taken, I really don't even know how to estimate how many rolls of clay. But this again is a treat to see, and I'm glad to bring you. I understand that when people buy pottery from us, it's smaller sculptures. They've got really incredible decorations on it. But what this is a glimpse beyond the contemporary artistry on the pottery of San Juan de Oriente, and a look back to what really is the traditional roots of this village, and how a few women in this village are maintaining it, like Dona Teresa here. And we're getting to the top of this vessel. I've been fascinated with it myself, so I've been hanging out here waiting every 15-20 minutes to try to get another look at this. You can see the mouth of this vessel's starting to come together. This is the last step on this piece. One of the sons or grandsons in the back is cleaning the clay there, and I'm showing you traditional environment here because this is the way that it is. This is the way that it comes together, and Dona Teresa is the last female in this village that is still making pots like this. You know, there's still ladies that have done it, but in terms of actively making pots in this way, now there's hundreds and thousands of pots in this village being made a different way, but maintaining this traditional variety is a special method being maintained by Dona Teresa here. And I think with that, I'll step back here and get a final look at the size and the form of this vessel here. And thank Dona Teresa for letting me invade her little workshop here like I frequently do. Bring people here on tours or just come in and hang out myself, take pictures. But this is just a special thing to see, and even in this village full of potters, this is quite rare.